Pauline's work began over 50 years ago. She began transcribing stories from old reel-to-reels that were done in the late 60s, early 70s of tribal elders.
Tape number 18, recorded August 11th, 1969.
And so she went through probably almost 200 tapes of reel-to-reels.
And so she amassed this huge archive of Salish language materials that was all transcribed, translated, and neatly printed by hand. One of our traditional teachings is that everybody has a purpose, everybody has a reason for living. And I can see that she was the perfect person for the time in which she lived. She never stopped learning, she never stopped searching, she never stopped trying to deepen her own understanding and her own knowledge of the language.
Somebody told me, is this true, that there are only about 50 speakers of the language today?
That's correct. There's just about 50 left.
Can it be saved?
That's what I'm trying to do now. Trying to get it all written down and for my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids and everybody else's great-grandkids.
And so she single-handedly created this archive that we still use today.
Her last days, she was still writing in her notebook, still going over the dictionary, making corrections, and many times she didn't think her work mattered, and I feel like she hung on as long as she did because she was so afraid that if she left, no one would be continuing her work.
You know, many tribes have lost their language completely, but there are connectors, people like Pauline, who worked hard and were diligent about preserving that language. And now there's a revitalization. We have young people who are learning the language and are reading it and continue to speak it and teach it. And so our language is alive.
I really feel like Pauline's spirit, just the way she was, how kind and patient she was, and she took that in her teaching. And that really had an impact on me, that's how you treat people, that's how you treat learners. And so all throughout my language journey, her presence, that idea of being kind, being patient, treating everyone as if they're your grandchild, and that kindness and love with the language is something that I think she instilled in me.
Just marveled at how she could break it apart so easy and put it back together and describe it in simple terms that we could understand. Now here I am continuing her work the best I can. The more I learn, the more I want to learn, so it's kind of addicting. And that's the way she looked at it too. You know.
She said it was constant. She would be up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes working on something. If it hit her and before she went to bed, she would have to write it down. At one time I asked her, why do you continue to do this? And she goes, well, if it was for me, I would have quit a long time ago, but it's for the kids. So that's what I try to hold on to when times get a little tough. It's for the kids, it's for the next generations.